All right, so we're in the pepper house, and I'm just going through here and picking peppers. You can see I still left quite a bit on most of these plants. It's kind of a size I'm going for the most part. But just cleaning them up. Some of them that were falling over, now we're really starting to need to tie them down. And if you can just kind of see, I'm just creating single straight line branches. I tried different sets. I tried 2 branch, 3 branch, and 4 branch in here on each of the varieties, just to kind of see how I'm going to focus them next year. This is Jedi Jalapeno, and it started producing fruit really fast. I harvested just this today off of 4 of these beds, and we got them all cleaned up. And this is El Jefe. You can see the plants are a lot smaller. They're coming into fruit just a bit later. So this is what I've got so far with 3 beds to go. But I just kind of wanted to show you, this is what's happening with some of these heavier plants. They're just falling straight over. And so I'm gonna get in and kind of clean it up, and I will show you how I do that. We're basically just tying off to these upper rails that we put in, and going from there. So I'll show you this real quick, and you'll kind of see how we're doing. As you can see on this side too, this is a 3 branch, 3 branch, 3, 3. And that's kind of how we shape them up going down there. But you can start to see the fruit's getting so heavy on these, it's starting to pull some of them straight over. So you will run into this with these. So here we go. All right, so I got my roll. Tie 3 strings right from the beginning. Kind of loose so I could slide it on the bar, bring it down to not the dirt but low on the single center strand. I'm going to go ahead and do number 2 right now. I'm only tying up the plants that are falling over. Important to leave a bit of room on your knots up there so that you can slide them. And we use the normal clips to hook the plant up. And sometimes you might want to take the fruit off before you try to do this. I kind of like to leave it on as long as it's not going to break a branch, just to see kind of what I'm in for. Try to get this first clip around the bottom, right underneath where I have my 3 arms going up. And I'm going to take this back stem here and hook it up to it the second time, and that typically is enough to hold the whole plant up. These arms on this are pretty heavy. Part of the plant, and it's actually gonna, I'll zoom in on this so you can see later what I did. right, so you can see, got my 3 strings coming down, and that center one, it's gonna come straight down, and it's gonna hook right underneath where this plant branches off in those 3 different directions. So it needs something to come up and catch onto. You see it's that top clip, and then really it's that second one. You hook it to that second one, and really that gave me my support for this plant coming up. I had to end up doing the same thing on this one, and on this one here I just hooked straight to that top. You can see I'm hooking the spots where I'm gonna leave that triangle on there so it always catches that clip as it gets a little older. You'll have to prune your plants in a way as to where you can hook those clips to them. But you can see getting a lot of fruit on these, and it's becoming more and more of a steady harvest on these pepper plants. Not sure what kind of branching method is best yet, but I know it's looking like for this variety, going with the 3 branches is probably going to be pretty good. Another thing that I'm going to start doing is I might start pulling the line across over to that other support bar, and that will kind of spread the plant open a bit more. And we'll just kind of play with it as we go. And so now what we need to do is we need to go through each of these arms and clean the arms up. And I am trying to create 3 clean branches. And that will sometimes mean leaving fruit that's on a second branch on the way up, but taking everything else on top of that. So we're killing the growth shoot, we're leaving that V so that the clip can hook to it, and we're not going to get rid of fruit that's already being produced, but we're going to get rid of the growth or the arm that's on it. So this is what it looks like right now. You see it's pretty thick, and then I'll kind of show you what it looks like as we go. All right, so we got it cleaned up. There's one branch. Here is another branch. And here is the 3rd branch. This is a 3 branch. You can see in certain areas I kind of cut off what would be the sucker, but left the fruit that was growing at the armpit basically. Same thing like right here. There was a sucker growing up, just took it off, left some foliage and a fruit. So I'm basically gonna let the sun straighten this plant out, let them grow up their strings. But the main goal is to try to keep all of the fruit as close to that main branch as possible, and not let the suckers or side growth, not let it bush out to any degree and produce fruit off to the side. I want all that fruit on the main branch or just off the main branch, and I want this plant to grow tall. I want it to grow up these lines, and you won't get that if you let it bush out. All right, well, right now this is what about we're getting a week. I'll harvest about 1 day a week. That's going to change here to probably twice a week, and it's a good amount. This is the Jedi, this is El Jefe, and then my bells, they're decent size, starting to come in. So